Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Lions Amon-Ra St. Brown fires shot at Cowboys CB. After a controversial end to their Week 17 game last season, the Detroit Lions and Dallas Cowboys didn't really need any more drama to make their 2024 rematch a must-see showdown. But Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown added fuel to the fire anyway. Appearing on the Pivot podcast, St. Brown said Cowboys veteran Jordan Lewis was his least favorite defensive back in the NFL because of the amount of trash-talking Lewis did in last year's matchup, which the Cowboys won 20-19 after a failed two-point conversion attempt with 23 seconds left in the game. He was talking crazy. Like some expletive that I've never heard before, said St. Brown on the July 9 podcast episode. He was talking crazy out of pocket. Even Lions receiver Jameson Williams heard it too, St. Brown said. Once he starts talking like that, it's like, all right, if I do get a chance to kill him, I'ma kill him. St. Brown may get that chance when the Lions visit the Cowboys on October 13. Lewis didn't have a particularly good season for Dallas in 2023. But he had a reason to be trash-talking the Lions in Week 17, according to the Pro Football Focus player grades. Against the Lions, Lewis was graded an 87.4 by Pro Football Focus, his best mark in any individual game last season. Of course, St. Brown wasn't bad either. He had 6 receptions for 90 yards and a touchdown along with an 11-yard run. Lewis defended a pass while in coverage against St. Brown during the Lions' 2-minute drill at the end of the fourth quarter. But St. Brown caught an 11-yard touchdown to pull Detroit within 1 point with 23 seconds remaining. Detroit converted a 2-point attempt, but it didn't count because of an illegal formation penalty. Lewis responded to St. Brown's comments about him only hours after the podcast episode appeared on YouTube. "It's only for y'all FR," Lewis posted on his Instagram stories, adding a smiling emoji. Lewis added another response in a second post on his Instagram stories. "I am passionate about my craft and I don't want to be friends with everyone, especially a Detroit Lion not from Detroit." Apparently, Lewis takes exception to Lions players not from Detroit. But by that logic, players would only be allowed to play for their hometown teams. Interestingly, Lewis is from Detroit. He attended Cass Tech in Detroit for high school and played college football at Michigan. The Cowboys, though, drafted Lewis in the 3rd round of the 2017 NFL Draft. St. Brown is from Anaheim Hills, California, attending high school at Mater Dei in nearby Santa Ana. Too bad he didn't grow up in Beverly Hills. If he had, maybe Lewis would look at St. Brown more favorably due to the Axel Foley connection. Regardless of the reason, there seems to be a growing beef between St. Brown and Lewis. They will share the same field again during Week 6 on October 13. Update on Dallas Cowboys QB Dak Prescott's injury concern revealed in viral video. Dallas Cowboys star quarterback Dak Prescott has been the subject of a great deal of scrutiny regarding a season-ending ankle injury suffered in 2020. Although the injury didn't keep Prescott out of competition in 2023, a leaked picture of him wearing a boot has caused many NFL fans to speculate about how well he recovered from the gruesome injury. Even though Prescott participated in Dallas Cowboys off-season activities without injury concern, a leaked picture of him wearing a boot sparked conversation as to whether the star quarterback was fully healed. While Prescott himself did try to shoot down rumors regarding his foot injury, many did not take those rumors to heart. It wasn't until a TikTok video of Prescott dancing at former teammate Tyron Smith's wedding that people began to believe his previously injured ankle was in good shape. That doesn't happen. That's not a thing. Taping your ankles is precaution. That's a precaution. Wearing a walking boot says something happened. Now, I don't know what that something is, and maybe there's plenty of time for him to heal up and get it 100% before training camp. Prescott and Smith will no longer be teammates for the first time in Prescott's career in 2024. Smith, who was drafted by the Cowboys in 2011, will be protecting New York Jets QB Aaron Rodgers in the coming season. While Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys may have fallen short in a blowout loss to the Green Bay Packers in the first round of the NFL playoffs, Prescott did not seem to be hindered when it came to regular season production. In 2023, Prescott was at, or near the top in many valuable passing statistics, despite his inability to advance in the postseason. He led the league in passing touchdowns with 36 as one of 4 NFL quarterbacks to pass for 30 or more touchdowns. Prescott was also the most accurate quarterback in the league among signal callers who played in at least 10 games this season. Pittsburgh Steelers QB Mason Rudolph, 4 games played, and Cincinnati Bengals QB Jake Browning, 9 games played, were the only quarterbacks more accurate than Prescott, who finished with a 69.5% completion rate. The only concern about Prescott's injury may come from the fact that one of his worst performances came in the playoffs when a lingering injury would likely be affecting him the most. Cowboys QB Dak Prescott provides update on contract conversations. Cowboys 3-time Pro Bowl quarterback Dak Prescott is heading into the final year of his 4-year, $160 million contract he signed in 2021. Some have argued that the 2024 season could be Prescott's last in Dallas, but he revealed on Tuesday that he's not worried as there have been ongoing negotiations. "There's been conversations back and forth," Prescott said, via John Machota of The Athletic. "But for the most part, for me, as y'all know, I'll let my agent do that, especially as we get right here into training camp." Prescott didn't reveal how far apart the two sides are, which means there's still a chance that he heads into training camp without a new deal. However, the 8-year veteran doesn't sound like he's planning to hold out. "Day 1 of training camp, my mind flips to just helping my team and just doing everything I can within the organization and on the football field to make sure that I am my best and everyone around me is their best," Prescott added. "The money and all of that will take care of itself as it always does." That's great news for the Cowboys, who are hoping to finally reach their Super Bowl aspirations in 2024. Seeing Prescott out on the field would also be a good sign after he was photographed on vacation wearing a walking boot. Although, Prescott insisted there is no cause for concern on Tuesday, stating it was the same ankle he broke 4 years ago and that it was a little sore following a couple of hard days of training. "Literally, it's absolutely nothing," Prescott added. "I'm getting older, have to take care of my body, have to be smart. And if I can take precautions in lessening something by putting on a boot, I'm going to do it." Prescott is hoping to cash in coming off an impressive 2023 campaign in which he threw for 4,516 yards and a league-leading 36 touchdowns. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Dak Prescott? Leave your opinion in the comments.